All right, we're going to talk about hooking the golf ball today and how we can fix this. This is a topic that's near and dear to my heart because when I was a young golfer, I learned to play a big sweeping hook, and it took me a long time to learn how to get out of that, how to be able to play a fade, be able to compress the ball better, and have a little bit more control to the club face, okay? So let's understand why a hook is happening. A hook is happening because the toe is passing the heel too rapidly, okay? So if we see that, the toe is passing the heel rather rapidly. So you can see the grooves of the club are kind of pointed down towards the ground. And when you come through impact, it kind of looks like this. There's a lot of forearm rotation and a lot of rapid closing to the club face. One of the biggest culprits of the hook, it's kind of just what's closing the club face too rapidly. So let's kind of dive into what makes that occur, okay? If I go up to the top of my backswing, okay, and I have a lot of lateral slide to my pelvis without a lot of rotation to my body. So imagine someone just kind of was tackling me from my left hip here. And my upper body kind of hung backwards, like outside my right foot. My head kind of goes laterally backwards. This puts me in a position where the path of my club is going to be drastically to the right. But more disastrously, what kind of happens when we come through impact, if my chest is under-rotated, my head has gone back, my lower body too far forward of my upper, the only thing I have to hit the golf ball is my forearm, my hands. And when my body doesn't rotate a lot and I'm hung back here, the forearms are going to have a large ability to rotate. And when you look at it as you come into the golf ball, there's just a lot of action that can happen with the wrists when the upper body's too far back and under-rotated, okay? So if you're fighting a hook, typically what's happening is you have too much lateral motion to the lower body without enough rotation, okay? Rotation is going to do a few things. It's going to help bring your right shoulder further forward. It's going to help you from tilting backwards. It's going to help get the path a little bit more in line with the golf ball. And more importantly, when the right shoulder gets a little bit further forward, there's going to be less likelihood of a ton of forearm rotation. The more that my body is rotating through the shot, the more passive my forearms are. That's so important for a hooker of the golf ball. The more my body rotates through the shot, the less I'm going to be hung back like this with a lot of slide and not a lot of rotation. But when I come through the ball with a little bit more rotation of my body, the forearm stays more passive. So you can see the club face isn't turning over a lot. So the number one most important thing is we've got to get out of the pelvis sliding this way and the upper body sliding back, okay? So quite simply, we need to think about getting the right shoulder further forward. From these players, when the lower body goes forward too much, the right shoulder goes down and back too much. Whenever that happens, we're going to have way too much rotation of our forearms through impact, okay? So what we're going to do is focus on getting that right shoulder further forward. So my goal, if I'm setting this ball or this alignment stick down where the ball would be, by the time the club is parallel to the ground in my follow through, I want my right shoulder to at least be at this line or even past it. If you're a hooker of the golf ball, the lower body's going forward, upper head's going back, right shoulder's going too low and back. When I come through and the club's parallel to the ground, my right shoulder's way too far back, my hands are rotated too far over. So the main goal here, you can even do it one-handed, is my goal is to get my right shoulder further forward through rotation. So you can see I'm not doing that by lunging my head forward, but my right shoulder kind of coming around the corner through hip and body rotation is putting me in a position where I'm not falling back as much. I'm not sliding through the shot with my lower body. My upper body's not going back. And if I was to just hit a ball with that feeling of the goal of getting the right shoulder past the ball by the time the club is parallel to the ground, I could just hit a shot right-handed, and I can see that ball comes out of there a lot crisper. You can see in the follow through, the face hasn't rotated over a lot. So getting that right shoulder further forward is going to help you stabilize the club face. If I'm sliding back here, my right shoulder's really low, my left shoulder's really high, my head is going back towards the camera, I'm going to have a lot of forearm rotation through impact. I'm probably going to struggle hitting it thin as well, and I'm really going to struggle with club face control. But if I can make it my goal that without my head going forward, but by the time I get into like middle part of my follow through where the club's parallel to the ground, I want to get my right shoulder past that alignment stick, past the ball. That's going to go a long way in getting you rotating through the ball, get you stabilizing the club face, and getting you taking away some hooks. You'll start to see that your start lines are much more down the target line. If I'm sliding too much with my lower body, right shoulder down, left shoulder high, upper body back, my path is going to be way out to the right, and I'm going to have to rely on a lot of club face rotation to try to get the ball back towards my target. That's why a lot of times I see players that fight a hook, they start to throw their ball position way too far back because their upper body is so used to going this way. For you, you need to feel like the right shoulder is getting more forward. It's almost like we're trying to hit the ball with our right shoulder. So if I was imagining the club face here, bad would be left shoulder high, head back, lower body forward, upper body sliding back, and I can't get the club face to the ball. Your goal is to try to feel like we're getting that right shoulder further forward. The more I do that, the less I'm going to be hung back, the more my body's going to be rotated open, and most importantly, when I come through, when my right shoulder's further forward, there's going to be a lot less rotation to my forearm, so I have the ability to get the ball started on line and kind of stay on line much easier. And on top of this, if you struggle with impact with irons, long irons especially, this is going to do a great bit to get your low point of your swing further forward, get you taking nice proper divots, and most importantly, take away that dreaded over hook, over curve turn. Because when you're playing golf and you can't control the ball not going too far left, it's very, very, very tough to play good golf. So get your right shoulder further forward through rotation. Avoid tilting and sliding back. Try to get your right shoulder past the ball by the time the club is parallel to the ground in the follow through. And really feel when you get into that finish position that the club face hasn't rotated a lot, and it'll take away those hooks instantly.